You're literally living on a floating rock. Hello? Like, life is literally not even that serious. Even if I am getting beat up, I can't let it look like I'm getting beat up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you guys are new. My name is Chyna and welcome to the life of Chynadoll. I hope you guys stay and enjoy. So here, y'all, we do all things self-love, self-care. We do a lot of things. It's a lot of fun. We love to grow and learn about ourselves, learn about each other, learn about the world, step into our purpose. So if you like any of that type of content, make sure to follow and subscribe, and make sure you guys hit the bell notification so you can know when I upload and stuff. And make sure to follow me on all of the rest of my socials, y'all. Everything will be linked right down below. In today's video, you guys, I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about like things that I have been learning in my 20s. I'm on my 3rd year, well technically my 4th because your 20th year is a year, but still, y'all get what I'm trying to say. I just really wanted to give you guys some lessons from my 20s. I wanted to switch it up this year and just do something a little different, and instead of giving y'all 23 lessons or 20 something lessons, I want to give you guys some of my most valuable lessons that I have learned from being 22 to now 23. I feel like I go through these things, or we all go through things, not only to learn for ourselves, but to also help each other and show each other and teach each other the things that we learned, so we can all be better and we can all grow, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, I'm a girl's girl. Like, I want us all to win, and I know we can all win. We can all be happy. We can all be living our best lives. So without further ado, y'all, let's get right into this video. So today I decided I wanted to color, y'all. It's been a little minute since I colored my personal workbook, so I'm gonna just have it on the screen right here. I just have my cute self-care workbook. This is where I have like my coloring pages, different self-care activities and journal prompts and things like that for me to do whenever I need to just pour into myself. I come here because it's just so easy. Like, it's literally like a cute workbook, and you can come back to it at any time. You can use it to track where you are, also, like, you know, so you can be able to like look back on the things that you have improved, the things you have worked on, or to even just give yourself a little reminder. I really love it, and I feel like it has been a great addition to my life, y'all. So you guys want a copy, if you want a copy, you can definitely go ahead and get yours. So the link is going to be in the description box always, of course. I just want to give y'all just a little cute little preview of some of the things that I do have in the workbook. I do have my all about me page. I think this is literally so freaking cute, y'all, and I filled out one, but I had to create a second personal one for myself. So some of the pages that I have in here, they aren't really they're not finished, and I don't want to show y'all too much. I have a good bit of coloring pages, journal prompts. Like, it's a nice little mix of everything. You can even create your own routines for the day, like your opening, well, your rising routine, and then your evening routine. It's just nice, fun little different activities. And of course, I have some bonuses towards the end for everybody, you guys, like habit trackers, solo date ideas, all of the things, y'all. So it's really great. I hope you guys check it out. I spent a lot of time working on it and putting it together for myself, so I know that if I see it working for me, I know that it's gonna work for other people. So yes, if you want to check it out, make sure you guys look in my description below. I'm telling y'all that to say that I usually use my coloring pages from there, but I finished the coloring pages that I had, so I just went ahead and just went on Pinterest and found a couple of little options to choose from. So I'm really excited. I kind of want to show you guys, because I don't know which one I want to pick, but I have a few different ones, but I think this is the one that I'm gonna do. I might insert it so y'all could see it a little better, but it says you must be fireproof. One of the first lessons that I learned was to not diminish myself. As a young girl, especially as a young black girl, we are literally taught to put ourselves on the back burner. We're taught to not care about ourselves and put, oh, this person first and that person first, and your sister, your brother, your aunt, your cousin, and all these other things, and to never put ourselves first. And I feel like that is very, very, very detrimental. You have to put yourself first. Like, you literally cannot put nobody else before yourself, because how are you going to be there for anybody else if you're not being there for yourself? Like, how is that going to work? I'm the oldest, y'all, of 5 siblings. I have 5 siblings, and I know it's not too crazy, but to me that's just a little bit much. But I have 5 siblings, you guys. I'm the oldest cousin and everything, so it's like I'm literally the first example. And I'm not gonna hold you guys, that has taken such a toll on me, for real, because I just felt like I had to be a certain way. Like, because I felt like I had to be a certain way, or I had to look like I had to not really necessarily look a certain way, but just be a certain way. I had to be very selfless. I had to be very caring for everybody else. Like, it was just, I had to be the best. I had to make sure I was getting the best grades because I have all these cousins looking up to me. I have all these siblings looking up to me and all these other things. And like, they're expecting so much from me because I was the first. I did feel like I had to be perfect because they looked like they just put me on such a pedestal, or just this idea of me on this pedestal, that I kind of just wasn't really being myself. And not being myself really built up like a lot of distrust with myself and a lot of like people pleasing tendencies, and just a lot, y'all. It just put a lot. As these past few years that I have been on my self-love journey, literally since like really 2021 is when I really began that journey, y'all. And that's when I started to like really uncover, like really just discover my true self, what I like, what I don't like, and just accepting myself for who I am. When I didn't allow myself to make mistakes, when I made myself feel small, you know, for making those mistakes, or just beat myself up and things like that just made things way worse. It made me not feel confident in myself. It made me not feel like I loved myself, and just all of it just really took a toll, y'all. And I'm just, as I'm saying stuff, like more dots are just started to connect in my head, so I'm like, oh shit, like I'm just thinking about all these different things, y'all. So please just like disregard that. I just hope it's making sense to y'all. That's for it, right? So I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give y'all like a setup. So that's when I started, and throughout these years I've just noticed, I've been noticing myself. Like, I've been really, as I've been like pouring into myself and loving on myself and beginning to forgive myself for the stuff that I did, like it's just crazy to even like me saying that, just think about that, because it's like, why are we not forgiving ourselves? Like, hold on, because let me write that down, because I want to tell y'all something about that too. During those years where I was not really loving on myself, and I was allowing the opinions and the feelings and the validation of other people to affect me, it made me diminish myself. It made me play small, y'all. And it's like, it really took me all this time to realize, but it's like, I really just played myself small. It made me scared to take risks. It made me scared to be wrong. It made me scared to fail. And I just think that that has made my life a lot more miserable, because as a retired people pleaser, like I said, like I always just put other people's needs before mine, and it was really hurting me to, I didn't even know, like it's just so crazy, y'all, but I didn't even know that it was affecting me the way that it was until now, until I started seeing it show up in my skin, in the way, in my health, in the way that I was dressing, and just in my life overall. Like, it just started to show up. And once I began to just start showing up for myself in whatever little way, things just started to get so much better, y'all. Like, I have literally never felt so much peace in my life. But anyways, back to the part about not diminishing myself. So I think that that has been an amazing lesson for me as well, because we all came here to step into our purpose and live in our purpose. So diminishing yourself only delays you from your desired and destined life, okay? The things that you were meant to do, like doing that, it only hurts that. You don't have to dim yourself just because other people have a problem with your light. Like, who gives a fuck? We were all here to shine, and if they have a problem with you just being yourself, then that's their problem. It's not your problem, boo-boo, because you are a star. Like, I'm a star, and this is what I would tell myself, like, you are a freaking star, okay? You do not have to diminish yourself. You don't have to not be yourself. You don't have to stay quiet and not say certain things just because other people might feel offended or triggered, but they feel insecure or they feel some type of way. Whatever their problem is, that's their problem. Like, it literally has nothing to do with you. You shine as bright as you can, and whoever has a problem, whoever gotta go like, they're not meant to be in your life. Point blank, period. Because we all supposed to be shining. So you're supposed to shine as bright as you can to help other people shine. Like, hello, are we not thinking here? No, they don't be thinking, y'all. They don't be fucking thinking. I'm low-key kind of blown, y'all. Like, I'm really not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Low-key a little blow. But I feel like that's another lesson I learned this year, was to just truly just have patience with everything, with myself mainly. I feel like that is definitely the main thing, and give myself grace all the time, because there are lessons that I have learned or I thought I learned, and then the lesson come again and I failed. Sometimes I would beat myself up about that. Like, even if I, like, let's just say like I went a long time with working out or walking or just staying on my healthy stuff, and then I fall off. Like, I used to beat myself up about it or just be like super duper mad at myself. Like, I wouldn't say it to myself or really express it a lot, but like, I guess it was just kind of like passive. And I just had to learn to be like, girl, like, being mad at yourself is literally not gonna fix it. Like, you beating yourself up about it is not gonna fix it. Regardless of whatever it is, whatever I did, whatever type of mistake or mess up it was, beating yourself up about it is not gonna fix it. It's not gonna make you feel better. It's not gonna make you want to do better next time. It's gonna make you feel horrible. It makes you feel like, oh man, like, I'm not worth it, or I shouldn't have did that, and I'm stupid and I'm foolish. Like, I don't tell myself stuff like that at all no more, y'all. I don't call myself stupid. I don't call myself dumb. I don't say none of that, because what you tell yourself, you really believe. And also, like, what your parents tell you and the people around you, your loved ones, you believe that subconsciously, depending on what it is. But still, like, it still affects you, and it still holds like weight in your eyes. Like, you're still going to remember that and think about that. So the lighting has changed because it did get darker outside, y'all. I had to recharge the batteries on my camera, and y'all, why does it feel like I have like some type of cold or something? Like, I don't know, my nose is just stuffed up. Allergies, I guess. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But this is the picture that I'm doing. I don't know what colors I want to use. Of course I want to use pink, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to see exactly how I want to do it. But it says you must be fireproof. This caught my eye because it just made me realize that when you are going after the life that you want, and we're not going after because we don't chase stuff, but when you are like discovering yourself and learning yourself and attracting the things that you want into your life, and just becoming a better you overall, like really just being on your self-love journey and finding out who you are and just exploring the world, just doing all these different things, you are constantly battling things. Even though I am going through different things, for one thing for sure I've learned is that I cannot allow it to affect me physically. That is something that I tend to do, what I used to do. Like, if I'm going through something, it's gonna show in my appearance, it's gonna show in my car, like, it's going to show. When I'm overwhelmed, it's gonna show, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't like that, because when I'm sad or when I'm just not in the mood, I'm getting the funk, like my hair gonna be all over the place, it's not gonna be done, my nails not gonna be together, like I'm gonna just be all over. I just no longer want to operate like that. Life, just everything is going to continue to come at me, and I cannot let it, even if I am getting beat up, I can't let it look like I'm getting beat up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be my first fight, but I can't let it look like it's my first fight. Like like, you never know who you're gonna meet, whether it's at the grocery store, the park, or whatever. Like, you should always look your best. And so that's the other part of that I've been learning, to just like always do my best to look my best. Whatever my best could be at that time, just do my best of how that's looking, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm keeping up with my physical self, not only for my outer appearance, but just for me too. Like, I feel so much better when I put together, when my hair is cute. Like, you know, I just feel so much better when I'm really put together and I'm taking care of myself physically. Because when you see yourself looking good, you feel good, literally. Y'all know it's true. Like, we cannot sit there ever deny that that's not true. Also, just like mentally, I've been learning to just not allow things to just stress me out. Like, y'all, I have really just been reducing my stress tolerance, like lowering it. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not allowing things to stress me out too much, because honestly, what I've learned every single time that I've been stressed out is that I literally always make it through anyways. So I did all that stressing and I still made it through. And now granted, I know that in like certain situations, like, it's not so easy to just be positive. However, you just have to give yourself that peace of mind and just remind yourself that like it's gonna work out for you. Everything is always working out for you in your favor. Like, that's what I literally had to tell myself. And as I started telling myself that, y'all, like, I just had no choice but to believe it, because sometimes stuff really just be out of your control, and like, you just don't have no choice but just say, look, there's nothing that I could do. Like, y'all, there's just been so many situations like, you know what, just fuck it, like, just forget this, because what am I gonna do? Like, I cannot do anything to change this, so I'm just gonna have to see how things play out. And even when things seem like they're not playing out in my favor, they are, Because how could they not? Because like when you really think about it, like we have to have some type of like conflict and crazy stuff to happen. Like that makes the story juicy. That's gonna really bring the testimony together. Like nobody want to hear about like somebody's life who was good all the time. Like you're not overcoming something. So it's like we're always gonna be overcoming something. We're always gonna be evolving and doing these different things, or just dealing with these different obstacles that's supposed to teach us stuff and help us be better. Like see how we could be better in those situations. That's another way that I end up like dealing with things that I'm going through, is just saying, okay, what could I do to be my best? What could I do to not be stressed? What could I do to be at peace in this situation? So just learning to take a step back and like really just slowly process everything and just realize what is going on. Like, hold on, like things getting a little crazy, baby, what's going on? Because sometimes I be like, what are we doing here? Like, you don't think I've had enough? That's okay. That's a-okay, because everything is always working out, even when, and it sometimes, like I told you, like it's just really hard to even say that everything is working out. Like stuff don't happen to us, it happens for us. If certain things didn't happen, you wouldn't be where you are now, and you wouldn't be who you are now. That just brings me back to that point of like just not allowing outside things to truly affect me too much. I feel like before I allowed outside things to affect me to the point where it had me stressed and depressed and sad and sick and, you know, just everything under the sun, and I just never want to get to that point again. Like I cannot allow these outside things to have me stressed out. Like I'm sorry y'all, we are literally living on a floating rock. Hello? Like life is literally not even that serious. None of this stuff makes sense. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense, guys. It don't. Because I'm trying to figure out, why are we paying for water? Why are we paying for fruits and vegetables that grows off the tree? I'm confuzzled. I'm confuzzled. Why am I paying car insurance every month? And then if I don't get in an accident, you still get to keep the money? And instead of my money building up and compounding or something, especially for when I don't get in an accident, I still have to pay a deductible when I do. That's another rant for a whole nother day, guys, because please, I will go there. But anyways, I'm not even freaking coloring. But yeah, so that's the thing, y'all. Like literally just be freaking fireproof. Like literally, that would be my lesson to myself, to not allow what other people think, what other people have to say, how they would feel, to not allow any of that to stop me from doing what I want to do and how I want to do it and being myself. Like no, we're not doing that. We're not letting nobody blow out our flame. We're not letting life blow out our flame. We are being ourselves. We are being fireproof. Another thing, y'all, this is just like a quick little thing, but like I feel like now that I'm 23, like some things just have started to be like clicking for me, for real. Like I feel like the frontal lobe is getting to the point where it's like, you know, that last phase of developing. I'm on my last, I got 2 years, but you know, still we're getting there. We're making progress. I'm realizing a good bit of stuff. Like I'm 23 years old, and like that's insane to think. I feel like I'm starting to understand how stuff work. Like I'm starting to understand people. I'm starting to understand the system. I'm starting to see how things are going, but honestly I'm seeing it at a time where things are changing a lot. Like we are going through this crazy rapid change, and it's a bit hard trying to navigate my 20s in this change. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie at all. Another lesson that I learned was that I have to like let people go, and I have to leave people where they are at, and not allow like this guilt. I feel like I've built up this guilt. I don't know what it's about, but like I've had this guilt of like whenever I put myself first or like just do certain things, I feel bad. Or like when I have to say no to somebody else for something that was like maybe important to them, or just whatever the case may be, like just something where it's like I have to choose myself. Like not really much recently, but that's something that I was like struggling with, was just picking myself over other people. Because like I said, when I was younger, I was taught to put everybody else first. So it's like once I started putting myself first, it started to feel weird, and I felt a little bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing something like just for me. It kind of felt bad because I kind of felt good doing it, if that makes sense. Like the guilt of it feeling good and me taking care of myself, like it felt a little weird. But as I like continue to do it, it feels more normal, of course, and just me being more aware of it and more intentional about it. Y'all, it has literally been life-changing. And it's like, the more you do it, I'm telling you, I'll tell y'all this for like so much stuff, but the more you do it, and this is with anything, the more you're gonna be used to it and not want to do it. Like, the more I choose myself, y'all, the more at peace I become. Like, I be dealing with stuff sometimes and just things will happen and I don't even react the way that I used to. Like, I still cry, I'm definitely still gonna cry, but I don't let it like stress me out to where it's like I just am like, you know, just stressed and like super duper overwhelmed and stuff. Like, I'm gonna cry about it and stuff, but once I let that cry out, I'll be pretty straight. Like, I'll still think about it and stuff, but I just like, look, there's nothing that I can do right now. I just feel so much peace because I know that God has me. Like, he didn't bring me just this far just to let me go. Like, I know he has my back. That's how I've been able to have more peace with myself, y'all. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's such a good feeling to just like not feel so stressed and anxious, you guys. Like, I have literally been so anxious like all my life, just from all types of things, and to be at a place where it's like I'm able to calm myself down and I'm not like, my heart doesn't feel like it's pounding out of my chest, you know. I don't feel like I can't breathe. Like, I'm able to breathe. It'll be okay. Like, I'm able to have things that's like bad news or about to go wrong or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, look, we gotta relax, let's just focus on what we could do. And I'm telling you guys, like, that's literally just what I do now, because it's like all that stressing and stuff is just too much. It's too detrimental. It's not worth it, and stressing about it literally just doesn't fix the situation. It's just like, it's just a waste of energy, in my opinion. At this point, it's very much a waste of energy. So I want to talk to y'all a little bit about what I would like tell myself, and like how I would forgive myself. Forgiveness is very important, and really just for yourself. I mean, like, as I've been building a better relationship with myself, because it's very essential. Like, it's just very essential, y'all. I talk about this all the time, and if you want to hear a little bit about that, then you can go watch some of my other videos in my Girl Talk series. Hello, I started my Girl Talk series because I love just like sitting and talking and doing stuff. Like, I love it. So yeah, I just have really learned this year to forgive myself for the mistakes that I made, the things that I allowed, and the people that I forgave, the times that I told myself I was going to do something and I didn't do it. Just forgiving myself, because I mean, you can't not forgive yourself. Well, I don't want to say you can't not, because some people don't, but that leads to a life of misery, and it leads to a life of like you not forgiving the people around you. And we are all humans. It's all our first time here. It's my first time here, so it's like I can't judge myself. I haven't even been here that long. I've only been here for 2 decades, bro. And that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's really not. They got people who 50 and they just figured out what they do with their life. So it's okay. And people even in their 50s, like, it's okay to make a mistake in your 50s too. Just because you've been here 50 years, they don't mean that there's not new stuff that happens. Like, mistakes are meant to be made. Not crazy, not mistakes though, mistakes, not choices. That's the only way that we learn, and I feel like that's the only way I would have been able to learn. Like, had I not done certain things that I had done before, I wouldn't know what I know now. Like, I have to give myself grace, and I mean giving myself grace and forgiving myself by, like, whenever I do something wrong, not beating myself up about it. Or if I have some type of issue where I mess up, sometimes I'll have a stern conversation with myself. Like, I'm like, girl, get it together, okay? Like, we doing blah blah blah, or this is what's going on. Like, you know, just having a stern thing, like, and just being real. Like, just being able to be real with myself, because being able to be real with myself, I'm telling you, it just makes things so much easier. Like, when you can be real with yourself, it allows you to be way more open to be real with other people. Another thing that I do want to say and talk a little bit about now is choosing myself every day. That is something I didn't realize that I had to do, like, every day. And it takes a lot. And I mean choosing myself by, like, choosing by just everything in life, whether it's the type of food that I'm eating, whether it's the type of content that I'm consuming, whether it's the type of drinks I have, whether it's me making sure I go on my walk and I do my exercises, or I'm taking my supplements, and making sure I'm, you know, spending time with family, and making sure I'm freaking journaling, y'all. Like, just staying on top of myself and staying on my routines is choosing myself. To realize, I'm like, dang, I have to do this stuff every single day. Like doing my skincare and taking a bath and like just doing all that stuff. Like, we do that stuff every day. Some people do certain things twice a day. I just realized that like I really have to choose that stuff every day, because once you miss it, it don't feel right. Everything just kind of like falls off. It starts going haywire if I'm not on my routines, you know. Like if I don't take my walks, or if I don't journal and do my stretches and listen to my affirmations, like when I don't do those things, when I don't choose the better stuff for myself, it reflects drastically. And sometimes it really sucks, y'all, because sometimes I don't want to say I don't want to choose myself, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. Sometimes I'm tired, but that is where the discipline kicks in, because it's like, it don't matter if I'm tired, it don't matter if I don't feel like it, I still got to do it. I still have to choose myself. Choosing myself is also just being myself. Like, instead of making somebody else comfortable, making them feel better and making myself feel small, I'm gonna choose myself and be myself. Like, choosing to be the brightest version of me. Like, I just feel like for a long time I've just like dimmed myself and not shining as bright as I can, because other people may be offended and feel this type of way. And it's like, girl, no offense, but forget you and your feelings, boo. Sorry, not sorry, but I just can't no longer know myself just because other people are comfortable with being where they're at, babes. I like to grow. I like to challenge myself. I like to be a better person, and I like to just be happy. I like to be me. Like, what are we really saying here? That is gonna be all for today's video, you guys. I hope y'all freaking enjoyed. If you made it this far into the video, you guys, I love you so much. Love you down, girl. Make sure you guys comment down below something that you've learned this year, and don't forget to check out my self-care workbook. Listen, if you are intentionally investing into your self-care journey and your self-love experience, or if you just want to, like, you know, love on yourself a little bit more, discover yourself a little bit more, make sure you guys check out my self-care workbook. And I also have a vision board workbook if you want to work on, you know, some new goals. We're in the 4th quarter. The new year is right around the corner, boo. The new year is upon us, y'all, so make sure you guys check that out. Y'all, my camera keep cutting off. I don't know what's going on with that. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys stay fabulous, stay cute, be extra, and always be you.